Peanut Butter and Jelly, June 11th. More info on the deluxe album next week.
Double time!
Guys, welcome back to the show. Today we have on Lourde Childs from Left on Red, as you all know.
I'm sick of y'all already. Just started this podcast. How are y'all feeling tonight?
Upcoming album, upcoming summer single.
Oh, right.
Lourde, how did you get started with music?
It's very cliche, but I've been singing ever since I could talk. I've been singing since I came out the womb. I've just been singing. And, yeah, I've just been singing. But, I think I started violin lessons when I was like 5 years old. And my uncle started teaching me violin lessons. And that was my first official introduction to music. And I kept up with that. And then eventually I started taking vocal lessons in 2017. And I started producing my own music. Around the same time, actually. Like 2017, 2018, I started producing my own music. It's funny because I just recently started going back and listening to like the old stuff I made when I first started. Anyway, Stream Left on Red. I started writing and making my own songs. Well, writing my songs back when I was 11. But I started making my own songs, like producing them when I was in like 2018. And ever since then, I just spent the next couple years trying to combine every aspect of music that I knew to like incorporating live instruments and this and that and this and that. And now we have, well, what will be my debut album coming soon. So
No title reveal yet.
There'll be an official one.
We can talk about it though. What's it going to sound like? Is it going to be similar sonics to Left on Red and the map and stuff like that?
It's going to be a little bit of everything. The way I have the album structured, it takes you on a journey. I won't say through what exactly, but it takes you on a journey, and hopefully when you guys hear it, you'll be able to hear that. But sonically, I have a couple R&B records in there. I have a couple pop records in there. I have an EDM track in there that I'm proud of, and I do have a song right before the map that is another slow ballad, and I'm really, really happy about that one. And that's probably, I think that's my favorite still on the album. But we will be moving and grooving and bumping through the album. It's gonna be a whole vibe. So hopefully whenever I decide to drop it, y'all like it.
Whenever, yeah, so keyword whenever, so you don't have a release plan yet?
No, I could quit.
Okay.
I could throw it in the trash.
Okay.
And will.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not dropping an album. Do you have a question?
I do.
Okay.
I wanted to let you finish first.
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Oh. We talked about it last episode, but I don't want to say, like, how would you start getting into music, because we kind of covered that, but, like, how did you start getting into, like, this album, especially if you, like, wanted it to be, like, a story? Where do you start for something like that?
I never start my album production periods with like the mindset of it's time to make an album. Okay, I need to make this song, I need to make this song, I need to make this song. Oh wait, I need to make another song for this album. I need 12 tracks. Never that. I've been working on this album for the past since I started, because when I started producing back in 2018, there's about 3-4 records from when I started back there that made it on the album here. And that's only because I had a whole album back then that I thought was gonna drop.
I get it.
Thank God I didn't. But there were only like 2 or 3 in there that was actually good. So, but I feel like the way that you make an album tell its own story, it's less of the literal story of the album and more of, I see this album more as like it's showcasing a period of my life, you know? Like, I feel like as an artist, you'll evolve naturally when you just make music, because it'll tell the stories of what you're going through right now. So you'll automatically progress as a person, so your music will progress with it. So I feel like that's how this album was able to tell a cohesive story, because, well, it was just compilations, it was just tracks of certain times that I was going through, and since they were in the same period, they flew together. They went together smoothly. So I feel like, if that answers your question,
No, yeah, like
in the most broken way possible.
No, I get it. Let me try to.
Yeah.
Don't go into it trying to write an album.
Right.
if something stems from it, it stems from it. It could
Right.
be a single. It might end up being an EP. It might end up being an album.
Exactly.
But don't go into it trying to make it an album.
Yeah, basically don't go into it with the mindset of, okay, I need to make an album now, I need to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 songs. Instead go into it with the mindset of, I feel this vibe right now, I want to make a song. And then you make a song. And then throughout however long it takes, it could take 2 months to make an album. For me it took like 4 or 5 years to make an album, right? But you go into it with the mindset of each song being its own moment, being its own, carrying its own weight, essentially. And once you have all those songs, it'll be easy to piece them together and they'll be cohesive because eventually they'll all tell the same story. And they'll all be pieces of a bigger story, naturally.
It's also a good way to know that, like, each song, like, is a banger, like, in simpler terms. Like, each song can carry its own weight. There's no filler songs.
Right.
How did you know, like, when did you know that old track list you mentioned wasn't it and you wanted to, like, make basically a whole new album?
I feel like it was never, I'd say it was never that. It was more of, as time progressed, I kept making music, and so the track list naturally started changing. So I was like, I'm not really feeling this song that I was feeling a couple years ago anymore. I'm not really inspired by it anymore. I could go back to those songs and, like, I guess remix them or revamp them and, like, figure out something different with that. But I don't want to, because there's new stories that I want to tell, you know? Well, yeah.
Like, did you have a moment where you were like, oh, I need to, like, make a new song? I need to make new songs for this album, but did you have a moment where you were like, it's time for new production? Like, regardless of if it's for an album or not.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah,
was
of course.
Was it just like time going on, you making song after song, and then eventually?
That.
Okay.
It was time, yeah, because every single song was, as musicians, hopefully y'all can relate to this, but when you make a song and you're really, really excited about, like, ooh, this song hits, ooh, this is my new jam, this is my new song. Every single song on that album was that for me. Mm-hmm. So, like, I started writing it, I started producing it, and, like, in my mindset, when I would start writing that, I'm like, ooh, this song could be a single. Ooh, this song will be the single. Okay, I'm going to drop this as a single. And so I just kept making songs, and I kept getting inspired by the moments that I was in and, like, putting my all into just these, like, 3-minute songs. And now this whole album is just full of full songs, I guess.
Yeah. From what I've heard, each song is very, like, complete and, like, holds its own weight, as you said.
Right. Like, I guess the strongest album consists of songs that can stand on their own, I guess. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So I guess that was my mindset when working on this album. I mean, shoot. In the same breath, I could write a song next week and be like, oh, this is gonna go on the album. You know? Like, my track list has been, like, finalized for, like, the past 2 months. But no, for the past this whole year, it's been finalized. I'm like, it's gonna be this song, this song, this song, this song. But I could write a song tomorrow and be like, well, no, this song gotta go on the album, you know? So I never see it as like it's like a guide. It's more of like a blueprint, I guess.
Yeah.
That makes sense. What was your guys' process when making Jelly?
Well, it started with Stars. We just found this, like, 80s Sonic sample pack that we put together, and we made the instrumental for Stars. And it was before we even, like, before the word Jelly was even an album. Like this was literally just like
before
an 80s.
Double Vision, like, was a band.
Yeah, yeah. It was literally just like, we made the Stars instrumental. You had the go 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 idea.
Yeah, a little pre-chorus.
Yeah, and then 3 months later we came back to it because summer happened.
So did you guys went into this album knowing that you wanted to make an 80s album?
Yeah, we knew we wanted to make an 80s album, but we had no idea, like, sonically or, like, topic-wise, like, what we were going to talk about. I almost wanted it more traditional 80s, like, initially. Mm-hmm. Like, more, like, spacey vocals and, like, spread apart phrases and just, like, you know, more, like, traditional 80s. Almost like 80s rock, pop rock.
Right.
And then I listened to more 80s R&B and, like, funk, and then we went in that direction. And then, you know, as the songs sort of decided themselves for which ones were going to be on the final list, Like I kind of always knew Without You was going to be like a weird song and probably not going to make the final. Even though I really like that song. Same with Rock Song. That never had a name, but we had like a rock style song. I knew that wasn't going to probably get very far. If we even wrote it, I knew it was going to be a filler song. And that was also one of at least my goals. I didn't want any filler songs. I wanted every song to hit.
Gotcha.
Which did make it different. I think we're like, with Jelly specifically, it's a lot different than, it's like the opposite of your process, because it was like, we wanted to make an 80s album because it was like a fun thing to be like our debut album. It wasn't like, we want to tell 80s stories, and we have 80s stories to tell.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Like, it's very different because this was meant to be like the fun 80s album, the fun little debut double vision thing.
Yeah.
Like, my personal thing is a lot more like yours, where it's like, I have a story to tell, I'm going to tell a story. It was supposed to be, it started as one song, and then I was like, you know what, now it's an EP, and now I'm 9 songs in, so, you know, it's probably going to end up being an album.
Right.
But, yeah, it's not awful to have the idea of, like, go into it making an album.
Right. That's just, I want to preface this by saying...
I'm not trying to...
I'm not like, fuck, no. That was just my personal process. That's what worked for me. I mean, of course you guys can go into... Why am I saying you guys? Like, I'm some type of...
Hey, they're family here. Treat them like family. You guys!
I mean, of course, you can... music is art. You can go into it, creating it whichever way works for you. But me personally, that's how it worked for me.
Yeah, this is the Lourde Childs interview. This is just how he did his stuff, which, hey, take his advice. Try it out. If you're trying to make a body of work, maybe let it go and just kind of write what comes to your head and see what happens.
Yeah, because, like, doing it that... Because I did it that way before, and that's why I threw it out. But I wrote out that way before, and it just gave me too much anxiety. Like, just looking at the track, I was like, hey, it's like, man, I gotta write this song. Like, I just had titles. Like, okay, How Do You See Me? Okay, The Rain. I said, okay, I gotta write this song. I gotta write this song. I don't know what this song sounds like. I gotta write this one. I just know I want to have a song on there called Clean, you know? And
it might be obvious, but that's how I did Euphoria. So...
Yeah, and just...
I knew I wanted 10 songs.
Right.
I just had to fill in the blanks. And
yeah, and doing it that way just... It gave me too much anxiety and just the fun out of doing it. And it didn't... And even if I finished it, it wouldn't have been cohesive. It wouldn't have felt like a full body of work, in my opinion, in my ears. But, yeah, I just... And especially sometimes it'll take... Like, there's still some songs on the album that... Well, no. They're mainly in their final phases. But... There are many songs in the album that, like, some songs in the album took like a month to make, start to finish. Some songs took a week to make, start to finish, and there's other songs that took 2 years. You know, 2 years from start, intending on finishing it, not just like forgetting about it and coming back to it later. Like, started it, and I'm just like, I can't figure out anything for it right now. So I just literally let it sit. I let it sit, and I'm like, the vibe, I'm gonna get an idea for it. I know I'm gonna get an idea for it. A vibe's gonna come to me randomly when I'm driving in the car one day, and then I'll be like, oh yes, that's the melody, that's what I need, and then I'll run back in and finish it. You know?
No, yeah, I think it's interesting that you like mentioned like taking the fun out of it,
right?
Because there's nothing wrong with writing a song to be a fun song,
right?
It's not about anything real, like just to have a fun song. But if you force yourself to do it, whether or not it's meant to be a fun song or it's like a personal experience thing. If you force yourself to make music about anything,
right?
Like, it's not going to end up the way you want it to be.
Like, if you want to make a fun song and you're not having fun making it,
then
it
why?
will not be. It will not be fun, okay? And it won't sound fun, you know. Writer's block is real. Like, writer's block is a real thing. It happens, and sometimes it happens all at once, where you're like, well, I can't write anything. Like, I can't write for this, I can't write for that. And sometimes it happens for specific songs that you're writing, right? And when that hits, forcing yourself to write something just for me at least, forcing myself to try to write something just makes it sound so less authentic, and it doesn't feel right. Like, I'll listen back to it like the next day or like the next week after I force myself to write it and record it, and I'll listen, I'm like, this isn't giving. This is not giving what it was supposed to give. And so I was like, scrap. And so I've like rewritten whole verses and stuff like that. But whenever, like, my dad will have stuff, he's like, dude, when are you gonna finish that song? When are you gonna finish that song? I'm like, dude, I don't know.
When it gets done.
Okay, when the vibe comes.
If you want to be good, when it gets done.
All right, if you want to be good, when it gets done.
A good example, I'll bleep this, but a good example of a song that was an instant album track was You had that like a demo in like 2 weeks. We found that sample, put the trumpets over it, put the drums, and then you spiced it up, and then now it's gonna be probably the lead.
Yeah, it actually will be the lead.
Yeah.
Yes, I debate that literally every single day. I'm just like, is it gonna be that one or is it gonna be this one? But yes, will be. Well, Young will be. But will be the lead.
Lord, let's say you didn't have any of your album written, produced, ideas, anything. You just knew you wanted to make music, but you have all the knowledge you have now about how to do that. Like your writing knowledge, maybe not so much your production knowledge, but just like you know how to get a message across. What advice would you give?
Don't stress yourself out. You want to write a song. And you start doing it. If you're not having fun doing it, stop. If you ain't feeling it, if the vibe ain't right, stop. You can always come back to it. Just stop and wait till the vibe's right. Because that's when the best songs are made. The vibe has to be right every single time you're working on it. Every time. There is absolute, especially as growing independent artists, when you don't have a label telling you when this song needs to be done by and when it needs to be released and this and that and the third. Like, that's why I appreciate where I am right now, because I am my own boss. There's no big man on top of me talking about this song needs to be done by June 4th. And so I'm sitting here and I'm stressed out writing this. And so this song is not going to be as good as it could have been if I didn't just take my time. That's my advice. Yeah, take your time. Take your time. As growing independent artists, when you have a small audience, all you have is time.
Yeah, there's literally no reason to rush it. Why? Like, what's the point? The good thing about not having a big audience is that not a lot of people will like care about like, oh, I can't wait for their next release. I think we said it, I don't know if I said it or Noah said it in the last episode, but like, yeah, keep it moving. Someone say moving.
Yeah, like Ryan started to say, we said this in the last episode, but the good thing about having a small audience is that you're not put on this pedestal and threshold of the need for delivery, whether that be quality, time, quantity, visual. Like, this is basically like your free trial.
Yeah, no expectations.
And if someone wants to buy you, they buy you, and then it's up to the big leagues. But literally, like, doing your own thing is literally just infinite at-bats.
Yeah, now's your time to try whatever you want to try, because it doesn't matter. Why do you think we did an 80s album? It's because, well, no, I don't mean it in like, we did it, it's stupid. I mean, like, we did it because we can do an 80s album.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's something that we wanted to do because it'd be fun.
Yeah.
And because we have no expectations.
Yeah.
I think Republic Records would have been like, y'all need to make an 80s album.
Actually, probably, yeah.
Actually, right now, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But
Probably. Yeah.
Unrelated.
Unrelated. No shade.
Republic, please.
Republic. We love you. Ariana, I love you. Sorry.
Same.
Switching nippers.
For more epic content like this, check out Lourde's TikTok at Lourde Childs. At Lourde A. Childs on all
out there called at Lourde Childs that stole my name.
Sorry, I'll give you the account.
No, Presley, I will sue.
Presley? That's embarrassing. Oh, actually, if your name is Presley, I'm sorry.
Not too much on Presley. I love Presley. Not too much on Presley. But Presley, give me that name. Give me my name back.
Presley.
Cause look, if I was Beyonce famous right now, you'd be behind bars.
Now you're threatening people. Give me my name back or I'll kill you.
You'd be scrambling for lawyers right now, okay?
Lawyers?
Okay. All right. Are we ready for
Double Vision Trivia Night?
question 1 for our 2 contestants? Because I'm the only one that knows the answer. Which song was produced first? Jelly or Second Date?
Like finished first?
Produced, meaning instrumental.
Second date.
We have an answer. One answer. Is your final answer?
I think no. Second date was definitely later. I think it was Jelly. I don't think we had second date in the initial like round of songs. Unless I'm just stupid. I don't remember. Trauma makes you block out your memories.
Which one is it?
I'm saying Jelly.
Jelly, final answer. Tap
Final
in.
answer.
What's your answer?
You can't
Yeah.
buzz in
Yeah.
before you know your answer.
Wait, I got it. Wait. It was jelly.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Final answer.
I already said final answer. I said it before him. So if Jelly's the right answer, then I'd be right.
Correct. 2 points. 2
Let's
points
high
on the
five!
board.
Team. This is a team game
2
now.
points on the. Okay.
Oh, now it's a team game. Actually, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I know a little about the production. I remember there was the first wave of songs, and it was not.
Okay.
Second date was like when we were like second wave.
Yeah. Okay. This question is more for Lourde,
Woo!
because you know the answer.
I know the answer.
Who thought of Jelly to be the album name?
Definitely Noah.
My mom or Ryan's mom?
Yes, the album was not made by one of us.
Definitely, I imagine it would be Ryan's mom. Final answer.
Tap in. Correct.
Follow-up question. Why?
Yes. Why?
This I don't think you'll ever get this.
Yeah. Where did Jelly come from?
There's a lot of possibly correct answers here.
It has something to do with being jealous, and I feel like she would have played off of that maybe. Or I don't know. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you.
New Lord just dropped. Final answer, buzz in.
But yeah.
Jelly came from my mom looking through colors on Wikipedia because back when we weren't double vision, we were trying to figure out our band name. We were going to go by a single color. Initially indigo, but that existed already. So we were looking through all of these shades of purple, and one of them was like jelly purple.
It was grape jelly.
Or grape jelly.
And then
And we were like,
Jelly.
That should be we were like, jelly. And that was the start of Jelly. So stream Jelly by Double Vision.
Dream jelly by double vision, everybody.
This question is also for Lourde.
Woo, I know the answer. Final answer.
What was my original ad-lib going to be on my second date verse? When I go, I can get you out of my mind. Ugh. Reaching for... What was that original ad-lib going to be?
Instead of
Was it you?
Ew.
It was either you or yuck, I think.
feel free to buzz in with your final answer.
Buzz in with final answer. If you have a final answer.
Well, you gotta choose something. The fans are waiting.
It was not. Switch one letter in the beginning.
It
It was.
the whole reason was that I did not want us to have an explicit song on the album. It was supposed to be or fuck.
Yeah.
You see explicit just because of one little ad.
Okay, this question is for both of you.
I don't know the answer.
What was the alternate title to Without You?
Uh-oh. I think I should know this.
Wait.
Yeah, Without You, for all of you, is an unreleased song that did not make it to the final album, but it had two titles.
How did it go again?
What would I do without?
I think I might know it, or this is just a different track from a different album. But I don't want to say it yet.
I don't know. Finally.
I think it was called Home. I don't know why I think that, or if that was a different track, but that's my final answer, and I'm fucking buzzing it in.
We have one correct.
Let's go! I don't know why I know
Without
that,
You is
or
going to
where
be,
it would have fit in the song,
it
but
was going to be Home.
Yeah, no, I never would have.
because I think it was Without You / Home.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
Hello from London, everybody. We are live in London, Britain.
Hey, Callie.
Okay, I have a question for both of you. This question goes to whoever can get closer. When was Stars, the first song finished for Jelly, written? When did we finish writing it?
Like the day?
The day we finished writing it.
So I gotta think about this logically because, well, the album was supposed to drop in October of 2021. Really, September. So that didn't happen. So it had to have been written, I want to say around, I'll say February, March.
Okay, let's give some context. We started the very first song, in May?
We made the instrumental.
The
in May. We
instrumental
didn't-
started in May, so don't go.
Okay. I will say it was written.
Are we doing day?
I'll say June 27th, 2021.
I'm gonna say August 29th or 30th, 2021.
See, this is this. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Tapping in.
This is why I didn't make this a final question thing, because I feel like Lord is grossly underestimating
That's
our
true.
abilities. You got to keep in mind, when we started this, we had about 2 months where we didn't do anything, and that was summer.
Yeah.
Stars was finished writing. It came out in November. Keep that in mind. We finished writing it August 18th.
I knew it was late August.
Fun stuff. Let me look at some deleted lines. Hold this for a moment. Stall.
Oh, that's going in. That's staying in.
No.
That's staying in.
No.
We have talked before about the cut songs. One of these cut songs was a space song. There were demo lyrics for it. I'm not going to ask you to say the lyrics.
Oh,
that would help.
shoot.
What was the demo title for the cut space song?
Oh no, I know this.
He's the only one who might know it. I don't think you would have ever heard this, because I don't even think I recorded it. I think I played it when he was at my house. I played the instrumental and sang over it.
I know it went like dun, 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 dun. Like it was like
That's close-ish, actually.
yeah.
Floating? I don't know.
Feel free to buzz in when.
You know
The
what?
only thing I can imagine is liftoff.
I'll say, I don't know.
I think it was
Soaring.
I think
Final
it was
answer.
Liftoff.
I don't really know who to give the point to, because you guys are both wrong. I think Liftoff was one of the lyrics at some point. There were a bunch of renditions of it. However, the correct answer is Higher. So-
shoot, that would have been such a sick song. I feel like.
It probably would have. You know what? You both get no points, actually. You guys are both wrong. Yeah, pre-save peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, pre-save peanut butter and jelly.
What trivia for y'all?
Yeah.
For what, jelly?
Yeah, jelly trivia that y'all want to know. How long did it take me to write Electric? This is the whole song. How long did it take me to write that? How long
You
did
mean the
it
chorus?
well,
your
the
chorus?
chorus and the verse.
What verse
part-
did you write?
Because originally the demo I sent you, I had a demo for the verses and
Oh yeah.
right. How many days did it take me to do that?
Oh,
If you're saying days, I'm assuming it took less than a week.
Take it and bring it out. First verse. I went in the fight. You remember that?
that was I like that version better. I
I did like that.
The original Electric goes hard.
I did like that demo.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 4 days, final answer.
3 days. Final answer.
Okay, is this Price is Right rules or whoever's closer rules?
Y'all could have got it. The answer is 2 days. When you showed me the beat, I was able to write the chorus right there.
Yeah.
You remember that. And then you sent it to me. I went home, and then the next day, I wrote the verses, and then I was done with it.
I have a question for only Lord, because obviously you know this answer. What line did Noah write on Second Date?
Oh yeah.
He wrote 3 words on Second Date. And actually, the thing is, I really like them. It's probably, no offense, those 3 words are probably the best writing you've done on Jelly.
No, I'm proud of it.
Because it's
Wait, on
perfectly,
Jelly.
it was exactly, or,
I wrote Movin'.
okay.
Yeah.
It was like exactly the words I was looking for. What 3 words did Noah write on Second Date?
Daydreaming about reverie.
Final
That was a
answer?
good guess.
Final answer.
No, I wrote that because I like my Euphoria references. I wrote that. I said I'm putting it in this bridge. I'm putting everything I can in this bridge. The 3 words he wrote was holding the line in the second
In my
verse.
verse.
Holding the line.
Reaching for the phone, but holding the line because you're not gonna call them.
Because I was like, I want to reach for the phone, but like, what are you doing? You're not reaching for the phone. And he was like, holding the line. I was like, yes, that's it.
Yeah, it's
It was a little
I'm a
slay.
writer, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, I have one that you might not even remember.
Oh, I have one.
Sorry.
Wait, I'm weak.
I have one that you might not even remember. What was Jelly's original album drop date? Let me preface this. This is like Stars might even be done by the time we determine this. This is like first like actual drop date. Not like, oh, we can do this by October. Like first actual in the calendar, like a solid drop date.
I don't know.
Right, Jelly
I
dropped
might
May
know this.
13th. Okay. It was, I think the drop date.
Like first, like solidified in the calendar. This is when Jelly's dropping. Not like, oh, we can maybe do it in October.
February. I think it was in February. February. I think it was February 21st. I think. Wait.
I think
Yes.
I think it's gonna be wrong if that's what you're gonna say.
Nope. I know it. It's, oh my goodness.
Okay.
Oh. February 12th. Or February 21st. I think February 21st. Final answer, I think.
I'm imagining you're saying that because of 121 KSMF.
That had something to do with it.
I don't.
But no.
I don't remember if that had something to do with it until Movin' was
that
involved.
was moving.
That was moving.
And Movin' did come up on 121.
And and that would be 221.
Damn.
But I didn't know. It might have been like I see
But I
because we
remember-
could have still had the 21 in there.
I remember it was February, though. I do remember it was February. And it was late February.
Damn, I was gonna say Friday before spring break, so I was already wrong. But let me try to get February now and think of why it would have been February. February. Why would we have dropped in February? Was this after we planned other singles? Or was it just supposed to be a November Stars drop and
this
then
was when
3
we
months?
had.
I'll buzz
Actually, I guess it could have been Electric Movin'.
This is when we had Stars, Electric, Movin',
And then a month later, Jelly.
next drop.
Yeah, February 20th. I'm going to buzz in February 21st, I think.
I'm gonna say whatever day the EDM remix came out. let me see what that was. That's my final answer. Without even knowing the date, let me check. February 25th.
Ooh.
Final answer.
Ooh.
You are correct.
Let's go.
However,
because it's a Friday.
However, yes, because you looked in calendar. Because remember we said we wanted to drop every month, so it would have had to have been the 25th.
Friday.
So therefore, you cheat, you win.
Thank you. Because
You-
I was thinking
well,
that-
I know it's a Friday. I always knew. I already knew it was a Friday.
I think you were gonna do something.
Okay. Yes, because you used.
I could have done that logic in my head going backwards from the days. I
You
didn't
wouldn't
cheat
have
at all.
gotten the day though. You wouldn't have gotten 25th.
You had to look it up. I did.
I would have been right in the wrong month. I
that's,
promise.
yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
give it to you.
All right,
Anyway.
guys. We're going to wrap it up there. Lord, thank you for coming on. Thank you for your insight, your
Thank you
good
guys
times.
so much for having me.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Not two mics. I'm weird.
Be sure to get ready for his debut album coming soon, hopefully.
Titled.
Titled blank.
Just know that it exists.
It exists and
Just
it is
know
on
that
the
is-
way.
it's on the way. Just know
Yes.
that.
And it's going to eat.
Know that.
Yes. Every song, no skip album. Correct?
Correct.
Correct.
Hopefully.
We would expect
Y'all-
nothing
y'all-
less.
Y'all gonna be the one skipping it, so hopefully. Well, you won't be.
You won't be skipping it.
You
You won't be skipping it.
No.
You wouldn't dare.
You will get. We will sue. Let me find out you skipped a song.
Anyway, before his album comes out, Peanut Butter and Jelly.
Peanut Butter and Jelly, June 11th. More info on the deluxe album next week on
Double Time!
I almost said jelly. I'm weak.
On Jelly.